Good morning, YouTube. We finally left Broome after 9 days off the bike. We're back on the road. We had an incredible stay with Martine. She was really lovely. Her house was beautiful.
Yeah.
We loved our stay in Broome. We'll remember that for a long time. Thanks, Martine, for a lovely place to stay. Relax the legs. Get our bikes back in order. So we're now about 35 k's out of Broome at the Roebuck Bay Roadhouse. Bikes are feeling really good.
Yeah.
Legs are feeling good. I think we've got headwind for the next few weeks, but that's okay. So now for the next 4 days, we're heading out towards Fitzroy Crossing and then up into some beautiful gorges around Halls Creek, Bungle Bungles.
Yeah.
That's the plan. All right, enjoy.
Harder riding than expected today because we've had quite a decent headwind, but on the plus side the road's been so much quieter, so we've actually been able to kind of let our minds drift and think about random things, which has been really refreshing. So we've just stopped up here, we're gonna have some wraps and then continue on. I think we've got 30 k's left until we reach camp. So we just did a bit of research and apparently boab trees can be 1,500 years old, and this one is massive, so we think it's at least 1,000, which is just blows my little mind.
It's been a while since we've had a chat. It's been a fair bit happening in the last 4 days or so. So the ride out of Broome was a bit of a strange one. There was a few really cool moments along the way. Seeing our first crocs was incredible. Big boab trees, really nice. But to be honest, it was a stretch with a few really cool spots in between, but nothing much to fill those gaps at all. The scenery was quite monotonous. Yeah. We had a headwind for the whole 4 days, and it was a struggle, to be honest. It was a really tough ride, especially getting back on the bikes after a while.
Yeah, and the scenery was okay, but our favourite part is when it's open and you can really see the expansive landscape. But because it had such long grasses and trees like right on the roadside, it was just like a corridor the whole way, which is not the most interesting to look at.
Yeah, it was pretty, but it was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. We rolled into a roadhouse, and we actually met a guy called Indy who dropped us his business card and took off. And turns out he works for a local radio station in Fitzroy Crossing, so he said, give us a call when you're in town. We gave him a call. He put us up for a couple of nights. Yeah. And got us onto his radio station for a 15-minute interview.
Yeah, it was kind of surreal being in the little studio and having a chat, but a really cool experience. So we'll link it below if you're interested.
Yeah, got a full interview there.
Yeah.
It was a cool setup in there. A few portable houses, but all of the kit all set up.
Yeah.
Looked really sweet.
And it was the local Indigenous radio station, so they kept everyone up to date on Indigenous news and things that were relevant to them, and yeah, it was really cool.
It was a cool program. And Indy was great. We had some really great chats. We went out for dinner at the local pub, and we're super grateful to him for putting us up for a couple of nights. So thanks, Indy, that was awesome. So we had a day to rest our weary legs, and now we're back on the road, about 30 k's out in between Fitzroy Crossing and Halls Creek. The next 2 days we're going to be making our way out to a station to stay for the night, which we're really excited about because we had a great experience at the last stop, and that'll be a good chance to be out here as the scenery becomes a little bit more spectacular, which we're really hanging out for at the moment. We're feeling a little bit uninspired, to be honest, at the moment, just because the scenery's not great.
Pushing into a headwind.
Yeah, pushing into a headwind. The towns are small and pretty rough, and there's issues going on in the towns, and it's hard to see. So we're just really keen to get to the place that we've been working towards for the last 4 or 5 days and get out to those beautiful tabletop mountains and cliffs and gorges out towards the Bungle Bungles. So hopefully all the hard work's worth it. Yeah. Seeing lots of evidence of mosaic burning, which is the Indigenous way of burning the land and making sure it doesn't build up dead material. Seems like a really effective strategy, but it has to happen pretty continuously, and right now we're about to pass through some active mosaic burning. There's some smoke up ahead. It looks pretty thin and no cars have waved us down or stopped us, so I think it might just get a bit smoky for us for a while, but not too hot. We'll see how it goes, fingers crossed it's all good. And we're seeing like heaps of eagles just over the tops of the recently burnt out areas. maybe 20 or so just hovering around over the top, just waiting to pick up freshly barbecued lizards. We just took the drone up to see what's actually going on here, and I mean, you probably saw there's active flames coming across the road, so we're just going to wait. It's in a line following the wind, so it's not a big block or anything, so we're pretty comfortable. We're just going to wait until it hits the road and dies off, and then we'll pass through. That got the adrenaline going. We're well clear now. That was a little bit sketchy, but has to be done. So nice. Turnaround yesterday was. We were just feeling pretty flat in the morning, hoping for things to pick up, and then, well, I guess the fire gave us a bit of an adrenaline rush to get us started, and then the scenery opened right up. We saw some absolutely spectacular scenery, nice clear little waterhole to jump in. I think it was a natural spring, so we were able to jump in and cool off, and then finished at a beautiful campsite. So that was a real 180 flip. We were feeling super motivated and real happy by the end of the day. That was great. So we had a nice sleep on top of the cliffs. Got up a little bit later because we didn't have as far to go today. So we've done about 50 Ks and ended up at a station, and we're just deciding whether we stay here or not because our gas is getting a bit low and there's no real facilities here apart from toilets and a shower. So good for water, but we might top up. Libby's just gone to check. We might top up with water and keep moving. So we did end up moving on from the campsite. They were really lovely, gracious, and allowed us to top up on water fully for free.
Yeah.
And then we rolled on another 40 k's yesterday to Mary Pool, which is where we are now.
Yeah.
Really beautiful spot, isn't it?
It's lovely. It's big open space. There's like cows roaming about.
Very
There's
shaded.
talk of a crocodile in the river.
Yeah, apparently there's a salty lurking about.
Haven't seen him though.
No. But lots of campers, and we got a lot of generosity last night, which was really, really kind. We got beers from people over there, beers from people here, and
water from another man.
Yeah. We met a couple 2 nights ago, which we met again last night, and they gave us a couple of beers and a place to cook our dinner, and we had some nice chats with them. So
yeah,
that was really lovely. They moved on this morning. So that's it for this episode. Next episode, we're riding out and into the Bungle Bungles. We're now 2 to 3 days ride from there.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely be in the next. We're really excited for that. We're promising you some really, really nice riding as it all opens up into the mountains.
Yeah.
And into these really lovely rocky formations. So stay tuned for the next episode. We are so excited for it. It's going to be insane. As always, if you like what you're seeing, you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in about 4 or 5 days for the next episode.